Happy Sunday from the stairs. It's overcast, but it's still kind of humid, man. You can't complain, I guess, right? I'll take the overcast, rather it be humid and then the sun beaming. Hopefully it just let me get to at least 1,500 calories before it come out. But today's video, you might want to save this one. Because this is coming from the mindset of somebody who once was one of the best haters, biggest naysayers, and doubters out there, dude. So these are just things that you might want to pay attention to. And if you are paying attention and you're noticing it, it's time to act on it. And it's going to sound funny. That is not the intent. But yeah, pay attention to this stuff, yo. I said it before in the short, but I mean it. I mean it because I used to live it. I used to project it. It is very popular to dislike something without trying it. There's a number of reasons why. Primarily it's because, we tend to follow. We tend to follow what's popular, what's trendy. We will adopt the same dialogue and verbiage about whatever that is, because that's cool. Another reason is some of us have no vision. And that's scary to think that you are so closed off to the possibility of whatever that is that might help you that you're just going to dog it. So we have no vision. Why I used to do it mainly is because, man, I'm a dog something that might be considered popular, like cardio back in the day, because I'm not ready to do it. I probably got a vision because I used to do it before I got fat, but I ain't got it no more. So it's just easier for me to dog it for that point in time. All right, you dog it for a little bit, you feel okay. All right, I ain't got to be reminded by it. All right, if other people are saying it, that you shouldn't be doing it, and they heard why you shouldn't be doing it, and it wasn't good, then, that's what we're going to go with. Because when it came to my health, I was a follower. That leads into the next one. Myself and people like me, if you are a follower, we will keep you fat. We will probably keep you single and broke. It's just how it is, man. Misery loves company. I said in a previous video that I would recruit people around me that would, they were there specifically to appeal to what I got going on. I'm just being upfront. I'm just being 100. I wasn't a good person in certain aspects, yo. But yeah, I wanted to be the one. I wanted to be the fit person. I wanted my reasoning to lead. You don't need to take advantage of this free education, man. Ain't gonna pan out anyway. And that very well might have been true. But how would I know if I never tried it? So I didn't want you around me if you was trying to step out the box and take advantage of that stuff. I would give you just enough information to where we would probably be like the same. I'm not giving you enough to where you might be able to, do better. But then I didn't have it anyway, because I didn't have no vision. So, hey, we was just in the same cage. And that's what made me a naysayer and a doubter. You don't need to do all that. What you doing all that for? This might happen. And because I had recruited these people, I know they wasn't doing the eye test and looking at me like, what does he know? Being 300 pounds, right? And then they wouldn't try, or I would discourage them. You right back here next to me, man. We good. We good right here. With our blood pressure all high and drinking our time. We good. And that's how you create that culture of just haters, man. And it's just that. And it grows. We good by not doing the stuff that our subconscious already told us we should be doing. As a hater, it was my rite of passage. If we was cool and I was your friend, I'm going to try to dog you a little bit. I'm going to try to crack a joke. And I don't want you saying nothing about that, because then you're taking this too seriously, man. Right? You done lost all this weight. You probably stopped doing drugs. What am I hanging around drug addicts for in the first place? I'm just saying. This example, you stop drinking, and it's serious for you. That's a serious, life-changing thing. Huge. You've added years back onto your life, even though we don't know how long we're gonna be here. There you go, disclaimer. And I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna remind you, right? Because I'm still drinking. Even though we got history and we got a good friendship, I'll be like, man, you act like you never used to drink. When you don't say nothing to me. But every time you don't drink, those are words. You're telling me in so many words by not drinking. Here this dude go, man. Oh, sober, man. College guy. Look at it. I'm getting people around in order to hear me say it. Because it's not enough for me to try to discredit your hard work and your change. I need a whole audience. So maybe you might stop if I put that out there loud enough. Unless you check me with some truth, then I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get mad. Like this cat right here, man. He think because he's doing this. Now that's another one. When somebody inserts whatever it is you did, and on the back end, it has nothing to do with that goal, man, he think because he's working out, he know more about the Navy. Yeah, you got to take a fitness test in the Navy, but there's lots of other things that you should know. But when people say that, man, he think because he started that business, insert whatever. He think because he took advantage of college, insert whatever. Listen to that. Pay attention to that. There's intent behind that. I said I lost 100 pounds in Afghanistan. So when I was out there, dude, we go through training, Fort Riley, Kansas. I was 300. And then we got to Kabul, Afghanistan. It's 47 of us in that group. I think 9 of us had to go downrange. That's how me and my boy ended up in Kandahar. I lost 100 pounds. During that almost 13 months, us 9 were separated from everybody. It was just me and old boy in Kandahar. You might have talked to people via email, Yahoo chat, something like that, but you really didn't talk to the other group. You saw stuff on social media, and because I was so far downrange, it was different. We didn't have like Subway and hip hop night. We had to convoy to the PX in order to get stuff for ourselves, because that's what it's like on the small fob. So I'm out there locked into my fitness, no matter what. And the schedule was so hectic, but I still made it happen. So when it came time to outshop, us 9 had to go back to Kabul where the group was. Us 9, with the exception, I would say about 2 or 3, we all kind of had lost some weight. I had lost 100 pounds. My whole mindset had changed. Some of the cats I was cool with in training, and we had, been separated, they were cracking like opium and heroin jokes. Man, you must have been out there in Kandahar on that opium. The heroin, he just kept hearing it. At this point, I'm just ready to go home. I don't even rock with y'all like that. I haven't seen y'all in a year. But the rite of passage Joe thing. So I said, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone, man. Right? But then I'm like, nah, I start responding. Nah, I just wasn't eating everything in my face, you know what I'm saying? I was working out. Like I guess people weren't. That was what I was telling everybody. Next thing you know, I'm the a-hole. So I lost 100 pounds in Afghanistan because of my bad habits, because of that kidney stone. And that's very serious to me, right? It's very serious to me. Because you crack some dumb joke on me and I don't laugh with you, man, you're taking it too seriously. No, my health is serious. I only get the one life. Yeah, rite of passage, right? When you're a hater, you don't care about the generations like coming up behind you. You're just doing it so you can make yourself feel better for what you're not doing. So that means all the noise and the mess and the energy you project out there, you don't care how it's going to affect those coming up behind you, like the youngsters. You don't give a damn. And I know I contributed to it. Like with some of the people that was younger, when I was on the ship, my habits, I probably would have been quick to, I've been on the ship for a while. I'm a bad influence. You check on the ship, pure of thought. You start hanging out with us, now you a drinker. Now you don't do what you came in to do. You ain't studying. I had something to do with that. And that has carried on for years, especially with the emergence of just social media algorithms and, just the whole idea of something ain't possible. You got like, I used to do these events at high schools for Army ROTC. Those are where you get the cadets from, junior, senior year. You go and be like, hey man, you can get a free scholarship. You don't have to go active duty. You can go reserves, right? These are the requirements. And I'm in there with the polo on, and you had youngsters. That's when they first start calling people Unc. And Unc must be on something. One kid, I heard him. I said, hey, how old are you? He said, 15, 16 next year. I said, oh, okay. So you know nothing about muscle maturity or anything. You're not even done growing, but you think that you got to be on something to have muscle. Got it. And fast forward, because people that was younger, that had that I can't do it mindset, now they in their 40s and their 50s, saying the same thing. You got to be on something. Living a whole life of fast and loose, not taking any type of accountability for their habits. I know because that was me. Crazy work. My motto as a hater, if it was anything that was going to remove me from my habits, my comfort zone, I'm not doing all that. And I'm going to find a reason why. It would probably be like a once in a lifetime thing as to why I shouldn't do it. I've had people send me an article like 30 years ago. Some dude was running the stairs and he fell. And people would send me that and be like, man, see that? That's the reason I don't do the stairs. Hey, I used to do that, man. I would have that once in a lifetime bad circumstance locked in that I can use, man. The reason I don't, watch my calories because, man, I read somewhere that, and it would be some complete crap. It would be crap, but I didn't want to change. And I didn't want you around me if you was trying to change. I dang sure didn't want you around me if you was in better shape than me, which was such a low bar, being 300 pounds. Dang near 30% body fat. I remember vividly, I used to tell people when it came to drinking, man, you can't drink. You ain't a drinker like that. Like it's a flex that I've been drinking so much all these years that I got a high tolerance for the poison. You ain't a drinker like that, man. Right? You don't consume this poison like I do. That was a flex to me. It was like my tolerance for alcohol is so high. I'm a functioning alcoholic that makes me better than you when it comes to this here. I didn't have any type of logic. I didn't know any of my own science. So I would just tell people what I heard. And hopefully they'll pay attention to it. Right? You do all that cardio, you're going to lose muscle. Now, let me tell you, that might happen to you. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be a $110. I'm doing cardio right now. But I got my body weight in and protein in when I started changing. I've been doing the same thing all these years. Sometimes more. Right? It'll always be over 200 grams. Yeah, I do my cardio. But maybe I'm a little weird with it to where the heart, hey, that's the strongest joint for me. I'm losing muscle anyway. But I used to tell people that. You still got people telling people that. Just not knowing. I'm not telling you to do the stairs. I'm not telling you to run. But your cardiovascular, you got to make sure you keep that intact. It ain't going to be muscle bound if you make it to 60, 70s, whatever. You're going to have a heart. And we do not do cardio. I see it. I see people that be saying it like it's cool. Man, I don't really do cardio like that. I just lift fast. So I used to tell people not to do it. You do all that, then you're going to lose muscle. Of course, I didn't want them tightening up for whatever reason they did cardio, because I'm fat. And if me and that person walked into a room together, it's going to be more noticeable how fat I am. That's why I did it. That's why I said that stuff. This one was like a mind twist. I used to get upset at people for looking at me and not wanting to take my fitness advice because I was telling you that I used to be in shape. Did that make any sense? Because people do that. Man, back when I was this, you should take my advice. But I'm not taking that advice now. And I'm mad. Man, see, they don't know no better. That's what I say now. That's what I said then. When it's just that they have the wherewithal to look and see that I obviously am not practicing the information that I know. Man, it was crazy. And I'm sorry. Me personally, I don't care what you used to look like. I don't. Especially as you get older. Put me on game now. What are you trying to be now? What you used to look like has nothing to do with who you are now. Meaning you can't help me. Being fitter in your, I would say mid to late, I'll be 47, so almost 50. Being fit in late 40s is different. It is. You probably got to do more. You know what you got to do. So that means I just ain't going to be listening to people, man. I'm not just about to be, like, somebody will always have something to say, bad or good. I've learned, mostly, because I just had to deactivate social media, to just stop listening to people, man. It's all noise. Everybody's a coach. Everybody's a guru. Everybody's an expert. But from what I've seen, before I got off of social media, it's somebody, probably with way less life experience than you, sitting in their car, telling you how you should live, what you should eat, what you should do. And we don't know nothing about these people. And we'll listen. No receipts, no proof. Just listen. They got views and followers. Man, there's so much work to be done out here. But we don't do it because of people like I used to be. Because we be listening to that noise. Stop that. I keep saying these are not to gain a following. These are like a journal for right now. I'm not trying to be the next big thing on YouTube. And if I was, I'm doing it all wrong. I don't even take advantage of the features, right? I don't even do stuff right. But if you're stuck and you're trying to find a way, here's an example. It does not have to be something that you use. You know how often I'll see something and I don't rock with it and I just move on? I ain't got to say nothing. You got to go back to like 2009 to see me make some weird troll comment or tag somebody in some stuff. I was just never that. Nah, let me focus on what I need to do. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You got people that aren't where they need to be with these faceless freaking channel photos, no post or anything, so we can try to grab some insight, right? After we see a weird comment, and they live in that space because there's no vision. It's driven by negativity. When you sit and not doing what you know you're supposed to be doing long enough, it'll start to fester. You'll become bitter. Everybody is not documented for having insomnia. I think when I had insomnia, my soul was interrupted. I think I knew that I had potential to do better, but I wasn't. And that crap was keeping me up at night, looking, seeing what other people doing, comparing, mad. I had to stop. So that's the point of these videos, man. That's why they can come every morning, pause, because I got so much of it. I got old videos that I can recycle, old topics. I got thousands of topics, thousands of workout circuits. Like, this ain't new, but I had to unstick myself, and I think it's my responsibility to share it. So a couple of people might use it.